Terry McLaurin's trade request puts Commanders in a tough spot. In a move that sent ripples through the offseason chatter, Washington Commanders star wide receiver Terry McLaurin has formally requested a trade, according to multiple media reports. McLaurin, entering the final year of his contract, has spent the spring and summer seeking an extension commensurate with his production and veteran standing. When negotiations stalled, McLaurin delivered an ultimatum: find a new deal or find a new home. Number 1, McLaurin's case for a mega extension. Proven production. Over the last 3 seasons, 22-24, McLaurin has averaged 82 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 10 touchdowns per 17-game campaign, numbers that place him squarely among the league's most reliable pass catchers. In 2024, he totaled 82 catches for 1,096 yards and a career-best 13 TDs, leading the Commanders in every major receiving category. Market comparisons. The top of the market now sits in the $34 to $40 million AAV range, thanks to CeeDee Lamb, $34M, Justin Jefferson, $35M, and Jamar Chase, $40M. Closer peers. A.J. Brown, 2019 draftee, signed a 4-year, $100M deal this offseason. DK Metcalf, 2019 draftee, inked a 3-year, $72M pact. McLaurin's ask. Entering the season at age 30, McLaurin reportedly sought a deal in the $25 to $27 million AAV neighborhood, well above his 2025 base salary of $15.5 million. 2. Why Washington pushed back. Age and longevity concerns. Few teams are eager to commit top-dollar guarantees to a 30-year-old receiver, especially on the heels of concussions and minor ankle issues. Cap constraints. The Commanders reportedly have limited salary cap room, with key extensions already awarded to players like Montez Sweat and Chase Young. Front office philosophy. New general manager Adam Peters has shown a preference for multi-year rookie contracts and controlled veteran deals. A massive McLaurin extension would have created a hefty cap charge in 2026-27. Number 3, the holdout timeline. 1. Spring negotiations. McLaurin and Washington met several times without reaching an agreement. 2. Training camp arrival. McLaurin initially held out of voluntary workouts, finally reporting on day 1 of camp. 3. PUP designation. After practice, he was placed on the physically unable to perform list with an ankle concern, buying more time to negotiate. 4. Public frustration. In mid-July, McLaurin admitted he was pretty frustrated and that negotiations had been disappointing. He also affirmed a desire to continue my career here. Trade request. With the franchise deadline looming and no new offer in hand, McLaurin formally asked to be traded. Number 4, how Washington might respond. Meet the ask. If Peters and the Commanders believe McLaurin is still a long-term building block, they could reopen talks and offer a compromise, perhaps a 3-year, $75 minimum deal with escalators for games played and performance. Shop McLaurin. With a trade request in hand, Washington could field calls from playoff contenders in need of a top-flight receiver. Potential suitors include New England Patriots, needing a number 1 opposite Devante Parker, New Orleans Saints, searching for weapons for Derek Carr, Las Vegas Raiders wanting to bolster a middling passing attack. Let him play out. The Commanders might simply refuse to trade him, carrying McLaurin on PUP into the regular season under his current contract, risking locker room tension but retaining their top pass catcher. 5. What a McLaurin trade would mean for both sides. For Terry McLaurin, fresh start, a new quarterback and system could reinvigorate a player entering his veteran years. Prove market value. Thriving on a contender may accelerate the mega extension he seeks. Legacy risk. Leaving Washington, where he's become a fan favorite, could tarnish his reputation if the fit isn't ideal. For the Commanders, cap savings. Moving McLaurin's $15.5 million salary could free room to chase defensive reinforcements or offensive line upgrades. Sweeping change. Trading their longest tenured star would signal a full teardown and rebuild. Fan backlash. McLaurin's popularity could turn a trade into a PR nightmare if not handled delicately. Number 6. The broader receiver market. Timing is everything. Supply and demand surge. With free agency's top wideouts recently locking in lucrative deals, McLaurin's window to strike while the market is hot may be closing. Aging curve. Teams are increasingly wary of backloading contracts for players over 30, especially with emerging young talents waiting in the wings. Draft class implications. Next spring's draft features a strong wide receiver class, another data point Washington may cite to justify a more modest investment. 7. The final quarter. What comes next? As the preseason approaches, both sides face a ticking clock. By early August, McLaurin must decide whether to continue sitting out or report under his current deal, potentially forfeiting $25,000 per missed practice. Trade deadline dynamics. Any deal would need to be struck before week 1 if either party wants certainty heading into the season. Camp chemistry. How McLaurin and his potential replacements, second-year receiver Jahan Dotson, newcomer Curtis Samuel, interact during padded practices will shape Cleveland's offensive identity. Ultimately, Terry McLaurin's trade request underscores a fundamental truth of today's NFL. Star players are willing to leverage the market to maximize their earnings, no matter where they stand in the quarterback pecking order. Washington must weigh the cost of paying a proven veteran against the potential disruption of life without their most consistent offensive weapon. In the coming weeks, we'll see whether loyalty wins out or if McLaurin's next chapter begins in a different colored uniform. Terry McLaurin has formally asked to be traded after extension talks with the Commanders broke down. The two-time Pro Bowler in the final year of his rookie deal initially held out of camp seeking a new contract, but reported last Saturday and was placed on PUP with an ankle issue. McLaurin believes his production, 1,118 yards per 17-game season average, a career-high 13 TDs in 2024, and 6 straight starting seasons warrant a top-tier extension, pointing to peers like CeeDee Lamb, $34 for a year, Justin Jefferson, $35M, and Jamar Chase, $40M. Washington's front office, however, views his age, turning 30 in September, as a deterrent, suggesting more realistic comparables are his 2019 draft classmates A.J. Brown and D.K. Metcalf. Despite expressing frustration, everything that has transpired has been disappointing and frustrating. I want to continue my career here. McLaurin now wants out, believing another team may offer the financial security he's earned. Head coach Dan Quinn praised his return but acknowledged the business realities McLaurin underscored. With McLaurin's request, Washington must decide whether to meet his demands, negotiate a new deal, or shop him while his value remains high. Terry McLaurin has formally asked to be traded after extension talks with the Commanders broke down. The two-time Pro Bowler in the final year of his rookie deal initially held out of camp seeking a new contract, but reported last Saturday and was placed on PUP with an ankle issue. McLaurin believes his production, 1,118 yards per 17-game season average, a career-high 13 TDs in 2024, and 6 straight starting seasons warrant a top-tier extension, pointing to peers like CeeDee Lamb, $34 for a year, Justin Jefferson, $35M, and Jamar Chase, $40M. Washington's front office, however, views his age, turning 30 in September, as a deterrent, suggesting more realistic comparables are his 2019 draft classmates A.J. Brown and D.K. Metcalf. Despite expressing frustration, everything that has transpired has been disappointing and frustrating. I want to continue my career here. McLaurin now wants out, believing another team may offer the financial security he's earned. Head coach Dan Quinn praised his return but acknowledged the business realities McLaurin underscored.